In this video, I am going to be talking to you all about balancing school and being a mom. I remember whenever I first started, I was beginning to start nursing school, I was looking for YouTube videos about how to balance being a mom and being a nursing student, as well as videos about going to nursing school pregnant, and I could not find any. There were a few moms who already had kids that were more like toddler size and just kind of like preteens, and I couldn't really relate to that because, as you all know, with newborn babies, it is a lot more demanding because they need you more versus having toddlers and preteens. So I am here to give y'all just my perspective and my advice and just some things that I do as a new mom while going to nursing school. So go ahead and get ready for this information. So first things first, it's very important for you to know your why you are doing what you're doing, why you are pursuing the nursing journey. I cannot tell you how many times I have quit in my head because of all of the adversity that I have faced, just being, getting ready, just doing nursing school, and being a new mom. And the one thing that keeps me is just knowing why I do it. With having that in mind, it pretty much just help you to stay grounded, to make you be like, you know what, I'm not gonna give up. I can't give up. I have my child, I have my kids, who you're doing it for. It's like the one thing that's going to keep you going, because there are so many times where, like I said, I want to quit and I'm just like, no, I can't do it because I have these goals in mind, and I know that what I do today, McKenna is gonna benefit from it. McKenna is my daughter, so I know that she's gonna benefit from it, so I cannot quit. The second thing is just being able to identify your support system, knowing who is your support system and where they take place, because luckily I have a really good support system and everybody is compartmentalized. So you do have to compartmentalize your support system, because you can have someone that you're expecting to do X, Y, and Z for you, and they're only able to assist in another area. So for me, I had to compartmentalize my help. Like, I know, for example, who may be able to watch McKenna during certain hours, and then I know who may be able to watch her, for clinicals, or who can pick her up from the babysitter. Like, you have to be able to compartmentalize your help. So yeah, knowing your help and being able to compartmentalize it will save you a lot of time. It'll save you a lot of money and a lot of stress, because if you're an overthinker like I am, or have like high anxiety about situations, or just you feel the need to be in control about things, it's very important that you know and compartmentalize your help to kind of save yourself. Another thing that I would say is basically pre-planning, planning ahead of time. I cannot stress that enough. I will say this: when I first became a mom, I heard so many stories about postpartum depression, right? And so a lot of the things that I had to do was, something that I did was, to eliminate having that postpartum depression, I did things that would prepare me from stressing and worrying about things that I could not control in that moment. So for example, a lot of women said like, oh, I stressed about things around the house, cleaning, blah, blah, blah. I made sure I had a cleaner. I made sure ahead of time. There were things that I put in place so that I wouldn't have to worry about stressing about it once the baby was home. Now, I'm not saying that I did not go through postpartum depression at all, because I did have like a small phase, but I can only imagine that if I did not pre-plan, postpartum probably would have hit me a lot harder than, I don't like to really compare, but a lot of times it's hard for people to come out of postpartum depression or whatever. So I think that if I had not pre-planned, that postpartum depression would have hit me harder. So I said that to say pre-planning with a baby for nursing school is important, because you need to know, like, doctors, you need to make sure that those appointments, because you cannot miss classes, you cannot miss clinicals. And I know you're probably thinking like, if it comes down to it, like, my baby is first. I had those same thoughts. I still have those thoughts, actually. But what I did was, again, I went back to the second thing. I made sure that my support system was able to, I compartmentalized, so I know like if the baby did have a doctor's appointment, there is someone who can take her to the doctor's appointment. Now, it is not always gonna go that way. You literally have to plan for your help. So the help that you have to plan for that help. For me, I live in Texas. I don't have family here, so it is a lot harder for me because I don't have friends. I have friends here, but I don't have family here. But my friends are very busy. They have careers as well. And sometimes, like, I can't just rely on them to do things for me. So for me, it is a lot more complicated. Well, I don't even like to say complicated, challenging, because I have to make sure that I can be sometimes 3 places at one time. It seems impossible, but you can get it done. So yeah, I'll say planning, making sure that, for example, I have clinicals coming up. My clinicals start at 6:45, and I have to be at my clinical site by 6:45. My school does not have no grace for that. So I have to make sure, and my child's daycare does not open. Her babysitter is not open. She doesn't open until 7. And so for me, I have to figure out, okay, well, who's going to drop her off to the sitter so that I can be at my clinical site at the time that I need to start. It starts at 6:45, which means I have to be there 15 minutes prior to 6:45. So that's something right there. So like right now, I had to go ahead on and have that set in motion to plan for that. So it's just little things like that. You have to plan for the unknown, because in nursing school, there's going to be a lot of unknown things. Like class may change at the drop of a dime. Like during the winter storm, we had to do virtual learning, and the roads were not, we couldn't drive. So I had to plan to attend virtual nursing school with my baby being at home with me. And again, like I said, babies are a lot needier than like toddlers, because you can pretty much give a toddler or like a preteen, like an electronic device and have them kind of distracted with that. But babies, they want to be under you. They want you talking to them. In my case, I'm going to speak for myself because my daughter is so advanced. So for her to be 5 months, she wants you to talk to you. She wants your undivided attention. I do have her spoiled. So yeah, it is a little bit more demanding. Just having her is a little bit more demanding, because when I have her, she wants all of my time and attention. I can put on Miss Monica for a few, but that's only going to last for about a good 30 minutes, because after that, she wants to hold a conversation, and she's only 5 months. So yeah, planning, making sure that all of your ducks are in the row. The next thing I would say is, if you have it, please, like financially, I would advise you to work as much as you can if you can, because you're going to need that extra cushion. When nursing students, I watch so many videos where nursing students are saying like, you won't be able to work while you're in nursing school, and you need to save as much money as you can. They're not lying, okay? Because you can work in nursing school. It is a bit challenging. For me, I have a child and I'm trying to work in nursing school. So it is a lot, but it is doable. I don't ever like to say that it's hard and that it cannot be done. I like to say that it's challenging, because challenging seems more doable, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like when you say something is challenging, that means you can overcome it. But when you say it's hard, I feel like you kind of put a barrier there so that it can't be accomplished. And I don't like the whole idea of not accomplishing something. So yeah, it's challenging. I will say, for me, I struggle with wanting my baby to go to a babysitter so young, because, I just had it in my mind like, oh my gosh, I want to be at home with her. I really was put in a hard space. I had to figure out like what was most important right now. Was it staying at home with my newborn and just savoring the moments and just, all of this? It was a hard space. I might cry just talking about it, because that's how hard it was. But I had to also choose like, okay, if you don't do this now and you do it when she's older, you're still going to miss out time. You're going to miss out on those times with her. So either you're going to pick to do it now or you're going to pick to do it later. And for me, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and knock it out now. So for one, she won't really remember, you know, that I'm not present. But I do know, like, just being with her day to day, honestly, I'll just be honest with you. Being a new mom, like, I love being a mother, but I did find the time away from her in school as like a break. And it kind of just, for me, I needed it because I was just 24/7 all about her, just with her 24/7. She wasn't going to a babysitter, so I was with her 24/7 in the house because she was fairly young. She couldn't go anywhere. So for me, once I just had it in my head, like I said, I had it in my head that, oh, I'm not going to be leaving my baby with anyone. I'm going to have her 24/7. I don't want her going to a babysitter or to a daycare until she's like 1 year old because I don't want her to get sick. Like, I had all of the new mom anxiety. I had it. I still do have it. Matter of fact, I'm not far removed from it because I'm very particular. I'm so particular that I did not let her go to a daycare. She goes to a babysitter that has about 4 to 6 kids. And she's a family friend, Christian woman, love her to death. I'm not going to ever tell y'all her name because I don't want y'all sending y'all's kids to her if you're in the city that I live in. But no, I sent her there because that's how much anxiety I have. So I just want to paint the picture so that you don't think that I'm so far removed in experience, because I'm not. But again, I just had to go back to the drawing board and just say, like, what's most important right now? Am I going to sit out and just, you know, babysit, like not babysit, but just care for my daughter and then do it when she's older? Or am I going to just sacrifice and do it now? And I just chose to sacrifice and do it now. And she's fine. She's doing really well. And honestly, something that I've learned is that she needed to interact with other people other than myself, because it just helps for a better baby. It just helped for her, like, her social skills. Like, I know I sit and talk to her, but even when she went to the babysitter, like, she would coo and they would say, like, oh, like, you must sit and talk to her all day and blah, blah, blah. Like, the point that I'm trying to make is, don't be so hard on yourself if you struggle with leaving your baby with someone when they're young. It's okay. Like, it's going to be okay. I did not think that it was okay. I thought it was the end of the world. I cried, especially the first time that I sent her to Georgia with my mom. Like, I cried so hard. Oh my gosh. On the way back to Atlanta to drive back to Texas, I cried so much because I did not want to leave my baby because I miss her so much. She's super spoiled. I have her spoiled and I have no shame in that. But, you know, I got back home and those feelings subsided quickly once I realized the goals and once life started, when I realized life continued to happen. So just know that you will be okay. And it may not be your thing to leave your baby fairly young. Maybe you will not leave your baby and just go and you do nursing school once your child is older, and kudos to you. You know, everybody has a preference. Mine was just a sacrifice now, so that when she's like 5 and 6, she won't she won't miss out on me being there. She'll be able to say, like, my mom was here, blah, blah, blah. The next thing that I would say about being a mom in nursing school is just time management, knowing how to carve out that time. For me, McKenna, again, I said that she likes my undivided attention. So a lot of times when I need to study, it's really hard. It's really challenging. Caught myself. It's really challenging because she wants to play. And I'm like, girl, I got 10 chapters I need to read. Not right now. So something that I have found for me to do is, because she does like Miss Monica, I kind of set her up on her iPad and then I study and get as much in as I can. Or I designate a time to spend with her after I pick her up from the babysitter to kind of tire her out, so that she can go to sleep early so that I can get that in. But I do know that I'm going to have to sacrifice some extra time somewhere to get that studying and homework in. So it may not be right away. For example, if my class is over at 3:30 and I get home and I don't have to pick her up until a certain time, I'll use that window to do the homework. If not, then I'll stay up a couple of hours after I put her down put her down to bed, and I'll just do my homework and study and do it then. Or sometimes I have to wake up like 2 hours ahead. Just know that you're going to have to carve in some extra time to get that studying done. Another thing is, for me, I do not currently work at the moment. So weekends, I am able to do a majority of my work. However, I will be working on the weekends soon, pretty soon, in overnight. So I'll have to, Monday through Friday is just fully devoted to being a mother in a nursing school, and then a mother and a nursing student. And then over the weekend, I will be just working and getting the studying in when I can. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I don't forget anything because it's just so much, but I wanted to just make sure that I made it a point to let you know. So I had to go and run some errands and I had to hop off, but now that I'm back on, I just wanted to finish with my last point, saying that it can be done. You just have to make sure that you are planning, prioritizing, saving your money, and you know your why, and that you're really, dedicated to doing this, because there has been so many things, like I said in the beginning of the video, there has been so many things that has come up against me to make me want to quit this nursing program. But every time something came up, I watched God work it all out for me. It was just a matter of my posture throughout the adversity that was coming against me. So had I focused more on the things that were coming against me, I probably would have quit. I did not. I just had to kind of like pivot in each moment, pivot. That's something that you're going to have to do too. You're going to, as a mom and a nursing student, you're going to have to know how to pivot. Your doctor may not be able to get your child in. Your child's doctor may not be able to get them, he or she, in for a visit when you're out of class. So you may have to miss probably half of a class just to go to a doctor's appointment. You just have to know how to pivot, and that's life. It's not just with being a mom and all of this. It's with a lot of things. So if you are comfortable with pivoting and sacrificing and having discipline, then you're in good company. You're good. So I wish you the best. I wish you the best on your journey. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I try to give you advice based off of the things that work best for me, not saying that it would work for you, but if you can take from that, I love that for you. Again, if you have any questions, comment the questions in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. If there are any other videos you all would like to see, please feel free to let me know, because I have been so busy with nursing school and momming, so just let me know. I would love to. I'm gonna try to get better at vlogging moments, but this video it was laid on my heart to just talk about it and to just encourage someone, so I did this really quick video. Yeah, so I will see you all soon. Bye.